common carotid artery, the common sinus, the internal carotid, the external carotid, the ophthalmic artery, the superior thyroid artery, the ascending pharyngeal artery, the lingual artery, the facial artery on the anterior part of the mandible, the facial artery on the posterior part of the mandible, the ascending palatine artery, the submental artery, the inferior labial artery, the superior labial artery, the angular artery, the occipital artery on the occipital bone, the occipital artery on the neck, the posterior auricular artery on the temporal bone, the posterior auricular artery on the neck.
This is Yasin. These are my drawings here. And I'm going to be focusing mostly on these ones here. So the first one we have here is 127. This is going to be that maxillary artery. Then we have 128 over here. This is the middle meningeal artery. Drop down here, we have 129. This one is that inferior alveolar artery. Down here, 130, we have the mylohyoid artery. And right down here, 131 is the mental artery. We can see it coming through the foramen right here. 132 over here is the incisive artery. Then up here, we have 133, and that is the masseteric artery. Right next to it is 134, the pterygoid artery. We jump up here, we have 135, which is that deep temporal artery. And if we zoom out, we see that's where the temporalis would be. Drop down a little bit, we have 136, and 136 is the buccal artery. Over here, we have 137, which is the posterior superior alveolar artery. And then right next to it, we have 138, and 138 is the descending palatine artery. So we jump down to this one here, we have 139. 139 is the greater palatine artery, and next to it, 140 is the lesser palatine artery. If we jump back up, here we have 141. This is the infraorbital artery, and again, coming through that foramen. And then right down here, 142, we have the anterior superior alveolar artery.
143 MSA artery. 144 sphenopalatine artery. 145 nasopalatine artery. 146 superficial temporal artery. 147 transverse facial artery. 148 middle temporal artery. 149 frontal branch of superficial temporal artery. 150 parietal branch of superficial temporal artery. 151 internal jugular vein. 152 facial vein. And 153 submental vein.
159 lingual vein. 160 superior thyroid vein. 161 cavernous venous sinus. 162 PSA vein. 163 pterygoid venous plexus. 164 maxillary vein. 165 IA vein. 166 mental vein. 167 superficial temporal vein. 168 deep facial vein. 169 emissary vein. 170 retromandibular vein. 171 external jugular vein. 171A occipital vein. 171B posterior auricular vein. 171C anterior jugular vein.